Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Nadreen K. I upload about 3 videos a week, and my career in marketing is generally the topic of my Tuesday videos. So please make sure you subscribe if you want to see more marketing related career content, but also if you like vlogs or fashion videos and you kind of like to shop the high street, then I've definitely got some content for you there too. So today's video is all about PPC, and sadly it is the last video in my digital marketing career series. So across the series I've covered a number of different digital marketing concepts or disciplines, and I've spoken about what a career in any of these areas might look like, what some of the technologies or platforms or skills you need to pursue a career in that particular discipline. And yeah, at the start of the series I pretty much spelled out what it is to, or what is required to have a successful career in digital marketing. So I'm going to put the series on the iCard just so you guys, in case you want to check that out. I think it's definitely worthwhile because a lot of the concepts that I've discussed throughout will make a lot more sense if you've seen the full series. So today we're talking about PPC and what does a PPC manager do. So PPC will often be a dedicated role that a digital marketing professional can pursue if you want to get really specific, or it could be included within a digital marketing manager's role and they might work with an agency that sort of looks after their PPC activity. However, PPC stands for pay-per-click. Now, this is basically a snazzy way, well, it's not that snazzy, but it's another way of referring to search engine marketing. So we talked about SEO, which is search engine optimization. So that is one form of search engine marketing. The other form, which is a paid form, so not organic like SEO, is PPC, or as Google calls it, CPC now. When you do a Google search, what you might see at the very top of the search results are a few kind of sponsored listings, or they might have ads next to them, and those will be the paid search listings. So anybody who appears there right at the top there will have paid to appear there, and I'm going to explain to you all about how that works today. So PPC are the paid search listings that you see whenever you are searching for something in particular on Google. So let's say, for example, you are looking for a range of hair extensions for curly hair. So you might type in curly hair extensions, and in the Google search results you'll see 3 or 4 PPC listing or paid search listings, and then you'll see like loads of organic listings a lot below. And in order to get there, a PPC manager will have to ultimately do a number of different things in order to ensure that they come up for the searches that are relevant to the brand they're promoting. I'll get into what the Google search engine results page looks like and how it's transitioned over time, because if you have been in the digital marketing industry for some time, what you'll probably notice is how search results display on Google and probably other search engines as well, because a lot of them tend to follow what Google is doing, has changed over time. What you used to see is I think the paid search listings used to be yellow and very like highlighted and very clear. You could see that those were just ads, and a lot of people used to ignore them and go further down to the organic listings. But because Google is a business and they want to continue to make money and continue to allow advertisers to get more traffic on their paid search listings, they've made those listings look a lot more like the organic listings. Sometimes you don't know whether, without properly looking, you don't know whether you're clicking on an ad or on an organic search result. In order to appear in the paid search listings, you have to essentially run a campaign. So you have to have a budget in mind. So what you would start any PPC campaign with, so that's a pay-per-click campaign with, is a keyword list. So you'll have a list of keywords, probably from all of your SEO activity, that you want to target, because you know that anyone who types in those keywords is looking for your product or might want to consider your product amongst many others. So you would ultimately just put your keyword list into your Google AdWords account, and you would get an understanding of how much you would have to bid on each of those keywords to appear in the paid search listings. So for example, let's say you put in hair extensions. It's a very broad term. So to bid for that and to appear in the paid search listings for that term, you'd probably have to spend a lot of money. So at this point, you kind of have to look at all of the suggested bids or minimum bids for all of your keywords and decide which are going to very likely convert, i.e. which are going to drive sales for you. So outside of the cost per click, which would be, you know, kind of essentially what it would cost you if somebody clicked on them, you want to consider how likely those keywords are to convert, so how likely they are to lead to a sale. So if you are bidding for hair extensions, you're spending a lot of money on those, but people who are searching for that aren't necessarily looking for curly hair extensions, you might be better placed going in and bidding on keywords that are a lot more specific to you. So curly hair extensions for European hair or Afro hair, like whichever is relevant to you, you're more likely to want to narrow down into what they call long tail, like keyword searches. So yeah, so I guess your search strategy would depend on the cost per click, on the budget that you have, and on the likeliness of users to convert on that particular keyword. So then once you've kind of plotted in all your keywords, you've decided on all your bids, you can kind of then focus in on creating the adverts themselves. So every paid search listing will have a headline, it will have a URL that the ad is going to point to, and it will have like a subheader that basically kind of gives you a little bit of a short description as to what, you know, that link is pointing to. So say for example it is hair extensions, you know, the headline might be something like luxury hair extensions for curly hair. I don't know, maybe that might be a bit too long because there are character limits of all of these. And then the URL would be luxuryhairextensions.co.uk, and then the description would be order from our new range of luxury hair extensions for curly haired girls and get 20% off today, for example. So it's key that you have, or funny enough, excuse the pun, but it's important that you have your keywords within the headline and within that sort of initial description, so that Google knows, or the search engine knows, that this is relevant for the end user who's typing in said query, and therefore I'm going to put this higher up in the paid search listings, because there is a hierarchy in the paid search listings. So that will depend on the quality of your ad, so your quality score, as well as how much you're bidding. And sometimes Google also looks at the performance of your AdWords account in general, and how many people are coming on and bouncing off or not finding what they're looking for. And yeah, generally speaking, if you have good previous performance from your ads, that's likely to impact, you know, how high you will appear in the paid search listings results. So quality is important, matching the keywords to the search query is important, making sure also that your landing pages, or where you're taking people to, is going to likely convert them, i.e. it has the right content, it's in an easy to digest format, everything that somebody is coming to that URL to find is there and ready for them. So there's a lot of work that a PPC manager might do on their PPC landing pages, for example. So instead of pointing people to your website in the paid search ad, what you might do is point them to a landing page that just might convert them a little bit quicker, because they're looking for something very specific. So it might just have some product information, a case study, a video, and a form, whereas your website will have like all this other content that people can consume. So yeah, for paid search activity, a lot of businesses drive users or clickers to a landing page rather than their actual website. But from the landing page, there was normally the ability to click back through to the brand's main website. But landing pages or microsites tend to kind of perform a lot better in terms of converting people, because it's very much you are fulfilling an immediate need for something or for information. So yeah, so that is ultimately, you know, kind of how you would manage a PPC campaign, and I guess a PPC manager would be in charge of understanding what the business goals are, so what products or services the business wants to drive more sales for, or but then they would also want to marry that up with, from a search perspective, what products and services are more likely to get people to convert. So what are people searching more for, and how much is it going to cost to appear in the paid search listings and appear higher up for a particular product, and weigh all of that up and then decide what the PPC campaign strategy is. You know, I guess your budget is important, so you want to be keeping an eye on how you're going through that, what particular ads or keyword groups are eating up the most budget, and if they're eating up the most budget, are they driving sales, are they driving conversions? When I say conversion, it's really someone taking an action that you as a business sees as a conversion. So that could be completing a contact us form, that could be purchasing something. It's all about how your business sees someone converting from someone who's just interested to somebody who's requesting something. So yeah, so I guess you would have to, PPC manager would have to weigh all of that up, and yeah, I guess adjust the campaign strategy, because within Google AdWords you do have campaigns essentially set up, so they would have to assess all of that and adjust the campaign strategy appropriately. The other thing that is really, really important that can come off the back of PPC, and sometimes are kind of bundled into the same activity, is retargeting. So often what will happen is you'll be running a PPC campaign, but you might be running some retargeting activity alongside that. Now, let's say so to explain retargeting, let's say for example you visit a website, hair extensions website. I always use this example, but it's just the easiest one because it's relevant for me. Let's say, for example, you visit a hair extensions website. You browse through some of their products. You don't purchase anything, and you don't complete. So you don't convert basically. What might happen is, if you accept cookies, what might happen is that you will start to see ads for this company on other places that you're browsing on the web. So you might see them on Instagram, you might see ads on Facebook. That is because generally when you accept cookies, with some brands, what you are opting into is being advertised to as a result of you visiting their website. But let's say, for example, I go on Amazon and I go on Amazon and I search for IPL machines, like for laser hair removal. I don't buy anything, but then I'll go on Instagram and I'll see an ad for one, and I'm like, hang on a minute, how's that happened? So that's basically what retargeting is, and that's all managed within Google AdWords as well, but it's kind of like within your, I think it's called the RLSA, remarketing list for search ads. So within that, a PPC manager or whoever's kind of managing your retargeting will have lots of different groups of people who they want to retarget with ads or display ads more specifically. So that might be people who visited a particular page on your website, like a particular product page, and therefore the retargeting, the ads that they're going to see retargeted to them will be for that particular product. Might be for somebody who browsed a few pages but didn't make a purchase or complete a contact form, so they might just see like a more generic ad. But yeah, you would basically retarget different types of website visitors based on, you know, the action that they didn't complete, or just to get them to come back to your site. And yeah, the thing with paid search is, or PPC, is it's all about essentially paying for play. So you are putting money behind appearing higher up in the search results in Google, and trying to drive more traffic and more sales, whether that's back to your website, back to a microsite, or have a driving returning users through retargeting. So that is the end of the video. That is the end of the series as we know it. But I would like to close it off with just a general Q&A on digital marketing, because I know you guys probably might still have some questions. So leave those down below, and if you want to ask me on Instagram, what I might do is put up a poll, or put up a Q&A feature and let you guys just submit all your questions there, and I will answer them in a follow-up video on here. It might not be next week, it might be the week after, but make sure you're subscribed so that you see that when it goes live. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support so far in the series. Well, not so far, so throughout the series. I've really enjoyed doing this because it's kind of made me kind of go back and refresh my memory on a lot of things, and it's also just affirmed my passion for digital marketing and all things digital. So if you have any other suggestions in terms of content, like marketing career content that you'd like to see, let me know. But I'll kind of pause this series here and maybe pick it back up when I've got some updates to share with you guys. Subscribe if you are not already. Please do come follow me over on Instagram, as I'm generally a lot more active there on a daily basis. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, which will be on Thursday, and it's going to be a vlog style run through of some black owned brands that I've been trialing and testing, and most of the brand owners I'm known to or I know of. But yeah, that is all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye.